Hey there guys. So for this week I made a tech set on the topic of time travel, which I used from NewsELA. I got this from NewsELA. So I just wanted to read the two articles for you, and let's see, I'll do a different video for each article, and you guys let me know if you have any questions. So we're going to be looking at how these two different articles discuss the same topic, and the skill that we're going to be practicing with this is comparing and contrasting, and then later you'll make a double bubble to compare and contrast what the two articles are saying about the same topic of time travel. Alright, so here we go. This one is called The Thrill of Time Travel, and it was written by Ellen Seaton, Dig Magazine, and adapted by the NewsELA staff on December 12th, 2017. Alright, so we have a nice picture here. Sorry it's not in color, don't have color ink, but it is very colorful if you're looking at it on the website. And the caption for the photo says, "People are fascinated by the idea of traveling through time. Many movies, books, and TV shows have explored what it might be like to do so. This poster was made for a movie that came out in 1960 based on the book The Time Machine by H.G. Wells, which was published in 1895. Okay, so I will zoom a little bit so you can hopefully follow along a little better. Okay. Alright, and well, it wouldn't hurt to preview the questions first, right? We have been doing that. May as well go ahead and take a look at our questions. So the first one is just asking, which selection from the article shows the main problem with the idea that time travel could happen? So I would say a good focus phrase there would be the main problem. So when we're reading, that's something we might want to look for. Then there's something for number 2 about, it says read the section. Let me get a little bit bigger. Let's see, read the section entitled With Science Fiction, No Limits. And then it says select the sentence from the article that suggests people are interested in the idea of time travel. So a sentence that suggests that, we're going to focus for this one on people being interested in the idea of time travel. And this one says read the section The Paradoxes. What does this section show that other sections do not? So, and we'll talk more about what a paradox is while we're reading. Let's see. Number 4, read the introduction of the article, which would be paragraphs 1, 2, and 3. And how does the intro develop the main idea? So there we're looking for the main idea. And up here we're looking at paradoxes. Okay. So, let me unzoom again so we can see a little bit more of the text. Alright, here we go. So this one again is called The Thrill of Time Travel. What if instead of moving from the past to the present to the future, we could manipulate time so that we could jump, loop, and travel through it in a machine wherever and whenever we pleased. Okay, so the word manipulate, that's one of your power words. I want you to be thinking about what that means. How else have you seen that word used? What does it mean to manipulate time? Okay, so manipulate time meaning to change it or control it in some way. Okay, so what if we could witness historic wonders, change decisions, and see people from our past? What if we could right wrongs, stop wars, and bring back future cures for illnesses? The mysterious puzzle about time's boundaries has kept philosophers debating its nature for centuries. Science fiction writers such as H.G. Wells, who wrote the 1895 novel The Time Machine, have plotted it backwards and forwards into wildly imaginative stories. And some physicists have even attempted mathematical equations to make the dream of time travel a reality. Time travel speculation. Okay, so by the way, when we were talking about the intro earlier, the first 3 paragraphs, that would be this. So that, I think it was question 4, was asking you what's the main idea that's introduced in this section, the first 3 paragraphs. Okay, so remember, main idea is just the most important point that's being made about the topic, which would be time travel. So what's the point being made in these 3 paragraphs about time travel? That would be your main idea. Time travel speculation. The 20th century physicist Albert Einstein said that time and space are one. He called it space-time. According to Einstein, there are 3 dimensions in space: height, depth, and breadth. A fellow scientist, Hermann Minkowski, added time as a fourth. Okay, let's see here. Einstein introduced two ideas upon which speculation about the possibility of the theory of time travel is based. The first involves relativity. Here, travel aided by gravity involves curved space, which causes time to twist. The second focuses on special relativity. Gravity is not involved in this theory. Rather, a traveler goes super fast through flat space-time into the future. A clock is on board while the traveler is in motion, and it slows time down. Einstein considered time relative because as it passes, it is measured mathematically according to wherever we are positioned on Earth or in space. What you can and can't do with time travel. By the way, this is Albert Einstein right here. I'm sure most of you probably knew that, but just in case. So, what you can and can't do with time travel. American science fiction writer Ray Cummings wrote in his 1921 novel titled The Time Professor that time is nature's way of keeping everything from happening at once. Other science fiction writers have addressed the concept of time, and there appears to be a consensus among them about the following. Consensus, looking at how that's used here, that might mean, let me see. There appears to be a consensus among them. That might mean a consensus like they're all in agreement. Not a lot of debate on that. So there appears to be agreement among them about these following things when it comes to time travel. So time travel is a contradictory or a controversial topic, but there are certain things that people agree upon, like these things here. No known rules of physics prevent time travel. You cannot change or alter the past, you can only discuss it. You cannot go faster than the speed of light, which is 186,000 miles per second, and survive. A rocket ship or time machine, mass, with a human inside would take tons of energy, force, to plunge through time. You cannot travel back to a time before the time machine was created. To time travel, you must change your position in time and space, or the machine will run into itself. And lastly, every rule has exceptions. Okay, so the paradoxes. Again, paradox, the easiest way for me to explain what that is, it's kind of like a paradox is something that is contradicting but still possible. It's something that's controversial and there's different ways of looking at it, but it does still have the reality of being possible. Okay, so here we go. The paradoxes. According to renowned English physicist Stephen Hawking, a time machine will never be built. He affirms his belief with the statement, if such a creation were possible, then why haven't we been invaded by hordes of travelers from the future? Good point, Mr. Hawking. All right, so let's see here. Just think, if you could go back in time, your presence in the past could cause events to go out of whack, creating questions and chaos. Suppose that while traveling back, you accidentally kill an ancestor. Does that mean that you will not be born? According to people who believe in multi-dimensional worlds, this and other time travel related paradoxes can be avoided. These people say that when a person travels to the past, the universe immediately splits into other worlds, which are similar but not exactly the same. They argue that nothing will change for those who travel back to the past and do not touch or alter anything. Okay, so let me scoot this up a bit. And sorry, my printer's cutting off the bottom, so I keep having to go over it with the pen. So with science fiction, no limits. And I believe this was referenced in one of our questions too, so pay close attention to this section. The first known science fiction story with this theme, The Clock That Went Backward, by Edward P. Mitchell, was published in 1881. Since then, thousands of tales, books, films, comic strips, television shows, songs, and commercials have delighted the imaginations of countless readers and viewers with their depictions of time travel. Just a teeny bit bigger for you here. Okay. Right here. Since the concept is portrayed as tricky and unpredictable, the consequences often involve mad scientists, monsters, faulty time machines, and people stuck in the wrong time period. Other mechanisms take travelers backward and forward. Devices include phones, gadgets, watches, photographs, willpower, and an old book. Time machine devices include a police telephone, time booth, sorry, time machine devices include a police telephone booth in the British science fiction television program Doctor Who. It allows the main character to move through time to stop evil. In the 1985 movie Back to the Future, the lead character, a teenager named Marty McFly, travels from the 1980s to 1955 in a car rigged as a time machine. Marty's hope is to change his family's past in order to create a better future. In the television episodes of Star Trek, crew members reach other ages with a built-in warp speed drive that breaks the time-light barrier. In one episode of Superman, a comic book, TV, and film character created in the 1930s, the hero flies backward around the Earth as a human time machine. This reverses events and brings his friend Lois Lane back to life. Will time travel ever happen? Who knows? Most important is to keep an open mind and a sense of wonder. Okay, hope you guys enjoyed that. Stay tuned for the reading of the next one.